Ever wonder why a song stuck in your head or how you can remember a face but not a name? Our brains are full of surprises. In this adventure, we're diving into 15 mind-blowing psychological facts that will change how you see yourself and the world around you. Imagine finding out why you keep noticing the same things over and over, or why certain smells can take you back in time. It's like your brain has secret superpowers you never knew about. From the magic behind how we learn and remember to the mysteries of sleep and dreams, we've got stories that will make you say, "Wow, I had no idea." Get ready for a journey filled with curious facts and fun explanations. We're about to explore the hidden sides of everyday experiences, uncovering the science that makes us who we are. So buckle up, it's time to discover the incredible world inside your head. 1. Discovering the invisible, the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. Have you ever learned a new word, then suddenly you see it everywhere? That's the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon, also known as frequency illusion. It's like your brain is playing a trick on you, making you believe this new thing is suddenly popping up all over the place. But here's the catch. It's not that these things are appearing more. You're just noticing them more. Psychologists say this happens because our brains love patterns. Once we recognize something new, our brain flags it as important and we start to see it everywhere. It's a bit like when you're thinking of buying a new car, and suddenly you see that car model everywhere you go. Interesting, isn't it? 2. The empathy behind your eyes, mirror neurons. Now let's talk about why we get teary during sad movies. It's because of something called mirror neurons. These are special cells in your brain that fire up not only when you do something, but also when you watch someone else do it. It's our brain's way of saying, "Hey, I feel you." This is why we can feel empathy and connect with others on a deep level. When you see someone smile or frown, your mirror neurons light up, making you feel happy or sad too. It's like having a superpower that connects us to the people around us without even saying a word. 3. Seeing what we believe. Confirmation bias. Have you ever noticed how people tend to find evidence that supports what they already believe? That's called confirmation bias. It's like we're detectives, but instead of looking for the truth, we're searching for clues that agree with our ideas. This can make us ignore facts that don't fit our views. For example, if you think your favorite soccer team is the best, you might only remember their wins and forget their losses. Scientists say this happens because it's easier for our brains to process information that matches what we already believe. It keeps things simple, but sometimes keeps us from seeing the whole picture. 4. The unseen force of melodies, the power of music. Music isn't just a bunch of notes and rhythms. It's a powerful force that can change our mood in an instant. Did you know that listening to your favorite tunes can actually release dopamine, a feel-good chemical in your brain? That's right, music can make you happy on a biological level. It's like a natural high, no gym required. Studies have shown that music can reduce stress, improve mood, and even help with pain management. So next time you're feeling down, put on your favorite song and let the magic happen. It's amazing how a simple melody can lift our spirits and make everything seem all right. 5. The magic of focus, the cocktail party effect. Ever wondered how you can focus on your friend's voice at a noisy party? That's the cocktail party effect in action. Our brains have this incredible ability to tune into just one sound, filtering out all the background noise. It's like having a spotlight that shines on the voice you want to hear, making everything else fade into the background. This shows just how selective our attention can be. Scientists say this is crucial for survival, as it helps us quickly find important sounds like our names being called or a baby's cry. So next time you're in a crowded place, remember your brain is doing some pretty impressive work to keep you in the conversation. 6. The myth of doing it all, the illusion of multitasking. Ever tried to do a million things at once? Well, turns out multitasking might not be as efficient as we think. Science says our brains don't actually do things simultaneously. Instead, they switch quickly between tasks. This rapid switching can make us less efficient and more prone to errors. Think about it. When you're juggling emails, texts, and work, are you really giving each task your full attention? Studies suggest that multitasking can reduce productivity by as much as 40%. So maybe it's time to focus on one thing at a time. After all, doing one thing well is better than doing many things poorly. 7. Why we can't forget the unfinished, the Zeigarnik effect. Have you ever noticed how unfinished tasks stick in your mind more than the things you've completed? That's the Zeigarnik effect. It's like your brain has a little reminder saying, "Hey, don't forget to finish this." This phenomenon explains why we remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than those we've finished. It's thought to be the brain's way of ensuring we complete our tasks. So next time you can't stop thinking about something you haven't finished, know it's just your brain doing its job to make sure you get things done. 8. Belief's healing power, the placebo effect. The placebo effect is a fascinating demonstration of the mind's power over the body. Simply believing that a treatment will work can sometimes lead to actual improvements in health, even if the treatment is just a sugar pill. Studies have shown that the placebo effect can influence pain, depression, and even Parkinson's disease symptoms. It's a testament to the powerful connection between our beliefs and our physical health. This effect highlights the importance of positive thinking and expectation in the healing process. So believing in your path to wellness can be a part of getting better. 9. The clash within, cognitive dissonance. Ever done something that didn't align with your beliefs? That uncomfortable feeling is called cognitive dissonance. It's like an internal tug of war between what you believe and what you do. To ease this discomfort, we might change our actions or beliefs to align with one another. This concept shows just how much we value consistency in our lives. Cognitive dissonance plays a huge role in everything from changing bad habits to influencing big life decisions. It's a powerful force that motivates us to keep our actions and beliefs in harmony. 10. Remembering the first and last. The serial position effect. When you try to remember a list, have you noticed it's easier to recall the first and last items? That's the serial position effect. This phenomenon is divided into two parts. The primacy effect, where we remember the first items because we have more time to encode them into our memory, and the recency effect, which allows us to recall the last items because they are still in our short-term memory. This explains why, during presentations, the introduction and conclusion stick with people the most. Understanding this can help us strategically place important information where it's most likely to be remembered. 11. Paralyzed in dreams, sleep paralysis. Imagine waking up and not being able to move or speak. That's sleep paralysis for you. It happens when you're caught between sleep stages, with your mind awake but your body still dreaming. It's a bizarre experience, affecting about 8% of people at some point in their lives. Although it can be scary, it's usually harmless. Experts say it's a glitch in the REM cycle where your brain prevents you from acting out your dreams. The next time it happens, try to stay calm and remember it will pass. It's just your brain being overprotective in a very peculiar way. 12. The confidence illusion, the Dunning-Kruger effect. Have you ever met someone who was confident they knew everything about a topic but actually knew very little? That's the Dunning-Kruger effect in action. It shows that people with limited knowledge in a domain tend to overestimate their abilities. On the flip side, experts often underestimate their skills because they're aware of what they don't know. This phenomenon can lead to a topsy-turvy world where incompetence gets a confidence boost, and expertise is riddled with doubt. Remember, a little knowledge can be a dangerous thing, and true wisdom comes from recognizing the vastness of what we don't know. 13. The glow of goodness, the halo effect. First impressions matter more than we think, thanks to the halo effect. If we see someone as good in one way, we're likely to assume they're good in many ways. Like thinking someone attractive is also kind, smart, and trustworthy. It's a mental shortcut that can lead us astray, affecting everything from job interviews to jury decisions. This bias shows how our judgments are not always as objective as we'd like to believe. Recognizing the halo effect can help us make more informed decisions and see people more clearly beyond the glow of first impressions. 14. Growing fondness, the mere exposure effect. Ever wonder why we start liking a song more the more we hear it? That's the mere exposure effect at work. It's a psychological phenomenon where people develop a preference for things merely because they are familiar with them. This effect can influence everything from the brands we buy to the people we like. It explains why companies bombard us with advertisements. The more we see their products, the more we're likely to develop a fondness for them. So next time you catch yourself humming a tune you didn't like at first, remember, familiarity breeds content. 15. The color of confusion, the Stroop effect. The Stroop effect is a fun way to see how our brains juggle conflicting information. Try reading the color of a word when the word itself names a different color. It's surprisingly hard. This happens because our brains process the meaning of the word faster than the color of the ink. It's a classic example of cognitive interference and shows how automatic some of our mental processes are. The Stroop effect is not just a party trick. It's used by psychologists to explore attention, processing speed, and the flexibility of the human mind. It's a colorful reminder of our brain's complexity and quirks.